a little disorienting in that the trees are a little too tall, and each of them has a single paper lantern on the side of it. Uh, and we go past one bonfire, two bonfire, three bonfires. We are on a now it seems to be cobbled or a like cobbled stone path as we see our five yeah, one you gotta remember because Rob didn't make it, so yeah, our five heroes walking along, accompanied uh, by four who each are standing next to everybody but Harlow, um, of these stained glass thralls. It is a bit of a walk. Um, it's hard to say if it is long or it just feels long because of the scenery. The trees don't seem to change. It's kind of hard to find any landmarkers to show you that you're even progressing and not just walking the same 30 feet of terrain. Uh, you pass uh, another bonfire. Nobody is there. You're traveling over the course of the next 30, 40, 50 minutes, takes you past a number of bonfires. Uh, and as you leave the last one, you see the road looks different. It is slightly less crude, more refined cobbled road. Leading forward, you can now see up ahead of you a little bit of light coming from uh, what you see as you clear the tree line is a clearly some kind of body of water, but it is completely shrouded in fog. And sitting at the uh, basically directly in front of you are two rowboats. Anybody want to do anything? The four people thralls accompanying you take position one to each oar of these two boats and sit essentially waiting for you to get in.
Cool.
Well, I guess we shouldn't keep everybody waiting.
All right. What boat does each person go into? There's two boats available here. There's enough room probably for like all but one of you to fit a little uncomfortably in one of the boats.
I go in whatever one Cam's not going in. That way we spread
Yeah.
out a little bit the defenses.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
for
in whatever boat Awkward is in because I have previously made sure that Awkward is holding on to me because of the whole. Sometimes
Yep.
Awkward is not in the same realm as us.
Correct.
Situation.
Okay, so I go towards the boat that Amros was in, and then Rob grabs my arm, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
It's a
Let me
little
say,
awkward, right? In that the attendants that are with you here, right, are sitting in the center of each boat, right? So if you're sitting in there, it's conceivable that unless all three of you crowd into the front, one of you might be separated in the back.
I'll do that.
Boat. Oh, yeah, I'll send the boat with Amaros then.
yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking Cam and Awkward, right? That would be like boat 1, and then I'll be boat 2.
Yeah. And then in the back of then Amros's boat, is that you, Deb, or is that you, Harlow?
Sounds like it's
I'm trying to
Harlow.
Bilbo Baggins it a little bit, and
Yeah.
yeah. I'll
Okay.
hide back there.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'll go in boat 2 with Amaros.
Yep. And then Harlow is tucked into the doing a Bilbo Baggins in the back of the boat that Cam and Awkward are in the front of.
What does that mean? I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't get. I don't get.
Bilbo Baggins with the ring on just sort of sneaks in, trying
Yeah,
to stay out of it.
when the dwarves are taken in by the elves in Mirkwood, Bilbo
you
goes
just-
and follows them for like a few days invisible inside.
Yeah. I got it.
I knew you'd get it,
Okay.
Cody. I knew who I was talking to.
Okay. Yeah. As each of you find your seat, um, there is some crunching as the gravel of the shore beneath gives way to water, and the thralls take up the oars and begin to paddle them out. Uh, for the first probably 10 to 15 feet, the fog and mist is completely impenetrable, to the point where very quickly you cannot see the other boat. And you would actually have some problem seeing towards the back of the boat. If one of you is standing in the very front and one of you standing in the very back. Anybody want to do anything as the paddling continues? Okay.
So, we're expected then by someone. Can you tell me who you're to whom you're taking us?
The taller of the two, the one on the right, speaks up. The one that actually was assigned to you, Cam, and says, "The king."
This king have a proper name?
The king.
Right. Yeah, I should have expected that.
From the other boat, you get like that particular conversation, but it is very warped and kind of warbling. The sound doesn't seem to quite reach you, so you can hear Cam almost like murmuring through a wall in a way that's a little indistinct.
Um. Deb, are you injured at all?
I am not.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me bring you to where you can see everybody's health. There we go.
Okay.
I'd like to. I will heal my. Well, attempt to heal myself
Mm-hmm.
as we pass.
While
Yeah.
Amaros is doing that,
Mhm.
Deb would like to read a bad situation and see if she
Absolutely.
can get any additional information about what is going on here.
Can I read a
Sure.
good situation?
Nope, never.
Are we in a good situation?
The heal is successful. You're not in a good situation. Dev, give me that give me that roll as you correctly deduced this is indeed a bad situation. Nice. Okay. So you've got holds for the scene, right? You can ask your questions now, or you can hold them until more develops.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask one now and hold two for later. And what I'm gonna ask right now is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
There's a second Amaros. How did this
Yeah, I was
happen?
trying to make my health say 7. It says 7, but it says 6. Everything says 7, but the token says 6. Sorry.
Token
I
says
see 7
7
of
to
7.
me.
Oh yeah, I still see 6, and I see 6s and 5s for everybody else. I'll just reload.
Okay. Deb, I will say at this current moment, no. There is no
Okay.
like you look to your left and right,
Great.
trying to suss like are we alone on this body of water currently, right? Is there something waiting? Is there something that we're just not seeing, right?
Super
And there is
valuable information.
currently there is in this particular moment no hidden dangers. The dangers to you, right, are the people that you're in these boats with. They're very present. There doesn't seem to be anything off the table currently.
Gotcha.
Okay. Anybody else want to try to roll anything? Okay. What was that?
I am actually at 6 of 7. I will try to patch myself up a little bit while we are in the boat. Pull out the little travel med kit out of my bag.
Also, I believe I used my holds against you. If not, I'm just going to assume I did.
Okay. I have nothing written down because I have nowhere to write that down.
That's fine. We're at net 0 there. So yeah,
Oh.
let's see. Oh, Oh.
Ugh.
Well,
does it stipulate what happens on a
yeah,
failure?
it sure does. I take a wound.
Yeah, you
Yeah, but hey, plus side, that's 5 experience, so
yeah, you go to remove the bulletproof vest for just to make some space for a little bit, right? Just so you can to like get at some of it below, because mostly you caught a couple bullets, but mostly it's contusions below, right? And I think that one harm is that somehow through the layers is the little tip of a nail.
I was
As
gonna
you
say
are
we all know what it is.
yeah, as it scrapes against one of the bullet contusions, right? As it scrapes against that bruise, and you're just like, fuck, ow, just for the moment. You see it and you pry it out afterwards, right? So that you don't put it back on. But yeah, you take one harm from that. As you see stars for a second, right? It's functionally just a sharp object has stabbed the middle of a deep muscle bruise. Okay. Do you want to try again? There's no rule that says you can't keep going.
If you do, I will jinx you.
I guess not then.
No, that sounds bad. I can also
Jinx-
help you with the jinx.
Jinx can be beneficial. Jinx is not.
Yes, I will go ahead and
Technically,
let
Jinx
me-
can
let
be
me roll
mean
Jinx
to
first.
you. I just refuse to let I refuse to let Doug do that most of the time. To be actively
Ooh, hole
mean.
2.
Okay, so yeah, the whole 2 means, right, you get to just deploy one later, but if you want to do
Yeah.
the one right now to make Cam, I assume, get a +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. +1. Okay, there we go.
Oh, a
That's
12.
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly, it's
you
already
already,
in
yeah,
there.
you already counted it.
Either way, that's still 2 wounds healed.
Mhm.
So
And I will use my other hold to inflict harm. No, I'm kidding.
Weird flex. You trip over a root, Cam. Cam, you trip over a root in this boat. It's fucking crazy. And then a bee stings you. What the fuck?
all right, I'm starting to hate it.
Starting to think Awkward's a root mancer. Okay. You heal yourself up. Put a little bit of like some slight I don't even know what would be a good like pain relief cream, but something on the contusion that you just poked real hard. And clear up a couple of your other like cuts and abrasions. As you finish this, the oars continue you realize like both boats and both oarsmen in each boat are almost like in full rhythm at this point. And as their pace picks up a little bit, the fog clears ahead of you. These soupy tendrils, almost like you're hitting suddenly there is a wall of fog and then no more. And beyond it, you see a small pond. You realize you're about halfway through a small pond, actually, with an island nestled in its center. Above you, that familiar pale moon looms far too close and far too large. Though here, the sky is cloudless, and as the oars are rowing, you see that the far too many stars seem to dance and move in time with the paddling of the oars. As the pace of the paddling increases, you realize pretty quickly that you should be arriving at the island much sooner than you are. It seems almost like the space of the water is extending before you, like the pond is getting larger as you continue on it. Anybody want to do anything as we've shifted to a new kind of scene? Okay.
What
Mhm.
you said the stars are shifting, or there's more stars or something.
Yeah, they're first off, the first thing you would notice, especially Amros, there is way too many stars. and stars in positions where they shouldn't be, and also that the stars are moving, like they are zigzagging and dancing and vibrating, and like they're moving in time with the paddling of the oars in a way that is deeply unnatural.
Sure, it's a no, but are there any spirits around?
Uh Interesting. You get the faint impression that there are. Um, you want to give me an investigate a mystery or
Sure.
something to
And
crack that a little bit lower?
yeah. It also says it specifically says you can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences. So I would also
Yeah.
ask about magical influences. Ooh, killing it tonight.
Okay. Ask me those questions.
Back. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I know. It's a trap card to force me to give you lore.
W-
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're thinking, I can just ask if there's something about the phenomenon of us trying to travel right now that
Yes.
I can learn.
There it seems to be some kind of spatial phenomenon happening here. With you trying to get to the island, right? The island is staying a certain distance away from you. Your progress is not like linear like it should be. You're not getting closer, especially considering these oarsmen have picked up their pace. So definitely you get a +1 forward with
Okay.
that, because there is absolutely a weird phenomenon occurring.
What is being concealed here?
Yeah, the first thing that you see using your sight specifically for this is there is 36 spirits that you can see. They are being concealed by basically you get the sense that actually what you're seeing here, what is being concealed is reality. What you're seeing here is something else layered over reality. But with an eye towards the spirits, there are 36 spirits. 36 like essences that are here.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is like, are they kind of like balls of light, or are they like look like their former selves?
They are kind of smudgy, indistinct human silhouettes. They're not all
Okay.
standing in a row or in a line, but as your eyes are drawn across, you can see them, dotting the landscape ahead of you, both the water and on the island itself.
And no discernible facial features.
Nope.
Okay, cool. And can I hold my other one?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. As the rowing continues, you finally start to feel as though you're getting closer to the island. In the center of the island is a large stone slab that is very familiar to you, Awkward. The island itself, as you get closer to it, rises much higher in height than it seemed to from a distance. It's weirdly steeper than it seems like it should be. And next to the slab, you see what might be a tent or some kind of temporary dwelling, though it doesn't seem to be like a camping tent you would buy. It seems to be made more of some kind of cloth. And you can also all see that standing astride the stone slab are two additional thralls, one to each side. They're larger of the two. The sort of square-shouldered and broad one stands to the right, and there is one that is taller but thinner standing to the left. Currently, they are facing each other across the slab. They don't seem to have acknowledged your presence. At this point, subjectively, you should be hitting the shoreline soon, though again, the space seems to stretch. Anybody want to use any of their holds or do any kind of rolls?
Not yet.
Could I roll read a bad situation?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, all right.
You would get your +1 to this.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Okay. Ah.
Ooh. Ooh, fascinating. Okay. Hold on, let me write that down.
Do I have to wait to level up?
Nope. Assuming that
Awesome.
whatever the advancement you get isn't too disruptive, you get it
Sure.
immediate res.
Sure.
Okay. As you all get closer, it seems like you should be arriving at the shore any moment now. The rowing begins to syncopate with the humming of the thralls that begins in the boat with you. And you can now hear in the distance the two thralls as they raise their hands to the sky and begin to sing, one high and one very low. Everybody act under pressure, including you, Harlow.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, my boy.
Ah.
My sweet summer child. Holy shit.
I was gonna ask if I could jinx myself too before I roll.
No. Is that everyone? Are we missing
No,
anyone?
I need to.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
you're
I am-
deciding, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much of a penalty I want to take here. I am also trying to find out where, because I got 5 XP, so I was advancing 2
Oh shit, that's an
moves,
Oh,
experience.
right.
and I was looking at the various things you get from advancing a move. Yeah, okay, that's the other one I'm going to take. Is kick some ass. The first one I took is act under pressure because with my drugs that helps me get to those higher numbers. I don't know why I called it drugs like it's Sunday night. With bottling it up,
With bottling it up, with your repression.
I will give myself a +2. So
Okay.
remember that you have a 2 hold against me. Perfect.
Okay. Cam, I need you to write something down somewhere.
Hold on.
Which
need to
is
find-
that because you have this advanced, right? So
I just did it. Yes.
right. The wording of it is you do it the best anybody's ever done it, or some shit like that, right? It's like
I
you do
still
it to
have it
absolute
open.
perfection.
Which is on a 12 up, you may choose to either do what you wanted and something extra, or to do what you wanted to absolute perfection.
Okay. What you're trying to do here is resist the mind whammy, right? So if there's something extra you want to do, or I could tell you that to do it perfectly means that you get to write down that you are immune to this particular
Yeah, I
to
am
the
doing this
sound-based
perfectly
effect.
then because
Little buddy out.
I have
So
thought
in the-
about. I've actually thought about this. There is no way that the agency that Cam works for has not either knowingly or unknowingly conditioned his mind,
Uh-huh.
or there is the chance that they've just occasionally done
Uh-huh.
something to it because he
Sure.
knows things he's not supposed to know. He's seen
Right.
things he's not supposed to see. It's just the way it's the government,
So,
it's the government.
Cam,
So
you feel you close your eyes for a moment, like listening to the song, right? And in the camera sees it, Cam sees it, nobody else does, but on the back of your eyelids is a series of incredibly rapidly moving numbers, almost subliminally blinking on the back of your eyelids. And you shake your head and you don't hear a sound anymore. You just hear a bunch of fucking racket. Like the two guys, like nobody in the boat is humming in time. The people on the shore aren't singing very well. The oars are just fucking oars, right? And so yeah, write down that when it comes to sound-based mind compulsions, you are immune.
I'm gonna put this other here under other gear.
Yeah. It's mostly just remember when I call
Okay.
for everybody and you're
Thank
like,
you.
nah. Okay, Amaros. It's a hard choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know what? This is a weird one. Amaros, I am gonna say you do it successfully, but I'd like you to do a past lives roll for me,
Sure.
if that is acceptable to you.
Sure. Okay, it is weird. Okay.
Yep.
All three.
Oh.
Okay, Amaros, you are not being swayed by the mind whammy here, right? But we have some specific stuff with your past lives
Yeah.
move as I recall.
Yeah. On a miss, a past life takes over.
What does that
Uh-huh.
mean?
Don't know.
Okay. Um
Huh.
XP though,
Amaros.
baby. XP.
Amaros. The
Uh,
song Amaros, the song itself calls to mind a kind of grandeur that pulls your mind back in time. And you find yourself standing atop a vast golden palace, looking out over throngs of thousands, hundreds of thousands, as they raise their hands to the sky and cheer for the figure clad in gold, the ruler of this place that is forward and to your left. You stand behind. You know yourself to be in this era the advisor. You, as is your way, refuse official position, but you are the advisor. You are the, some would say, bodyguard, and this person is one of the most powerfully chosen of fate that you have ever and have since ever known. In this era, you were not so much the wise advisor, I suppose, as you were the warrior. And so the swap happens then with you suddenly as present Amaros being in the past, reliving this memory ongoing, right? While the warrior Amaros, the ancient warrior, blinks and is now looking at the scene before you. The ancient warrior does not speak English. This is far before English has been invented. This is probably, he would speak Etruscan or something like it, potentially something even older.
Incredible.
Additionally, Amaros, your robe swirls around you into the form of armor. What does the armor look like?
Oh, okay. Hang on. I'm not Googling.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think it kind of begins to take on a bit of like you're saying, like armor, but like real metallic forms begin appearing. It has a bit of like a like like ancient Greek hoplites, but like is more rudimentary than that, right? It predates it. So it has, like, you can see there's a similar idea, but it's like not exactly quite as like well molded. But there is like metallic chest, kind of a bit of a skirt thing going on, some like what are they? Is it what protects the shins?
Greaves.
I think it's
Is it
greaves,
greaves?
yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was gonna say greaves. Some greaves there. And a like a helm appears over the head, as well. I do.
Uh,
Okay, I don't want to go overboard
Uh-huh.
with this moment because it has just happened, and I don't know if the siren stuff is also doing anything, or if this is just the consequence
No,
of
this
that.
is the hard decision I asked of you is
Okay.
you're good on the siren shit because you rolled that for me and unfortunately you failed.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Go.
hey, since I'm sitting next to him,
Uh-huh.
hey, friend, everything okay?
I respond. I look at you. I respond to you. There's like you don't see the recognition in my eyes looking at you, and I say something that sounds questioning to you in a language you don't understand.
Um, I'm gonna
And
use
oh, go on. So I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use one of my holds.
Mhm.
Um, I am considering Omeros a victim at this point. So, what is the
Yeah.
best way to protect this victim?
Um, you have no idea what the fuck is happening here, other
Yeah.
than as a person who understands people, Amaros is either having a complete
Mhm,
break from uh his sense of self,
mhm.
or something deeply supernatural is happening. So the best way to probably protect Amaros, assuming Amaros is dangerous right now, right, is to try and keep Amaros calm.
Mhm.
Because you can see this Amaros seems more physically motive
Mhm.
than the kind of stillness and the smoothness of the previous
Mhm.
Amaros. There's a lot more of like that coiled violence that you are used to seeing in certain types of people, Deb.
Right. Great. We're great. We're sitting in the boat. I will reach out my hand, placing the palm of my hand on the back of Amaros's hand and curl my fingers under to touch his palm, holding his hand that way. Just sort of in
I
a
don't. I
comfortable,
don't let
familiar
you.
way.
Don't let you do that. I don't know who you are.
Amaros, give me a. I'm gonna call this one a weird roll.
Sure.
Uh,
Weird. Okay. It's a 5.
no consequences on the failure, but the language eludes you. There's a
Yeah.
there's a part of your brain that you know is designed to simply understand languages as they are presented to you. You've had to talk in your current life with a great number of people from far off lands, and you've been very useful as an interpreter because all you have to do is speak to them for a moment. It seems to be eluding you with whoever this person is.
Yeah. And I don't like bat your hand away, but like
Mhm.
as you begin to like
No, right. Yeah,
kind of
understood.
you're forming like an intimate thing with me,
Yep.
right? I withdraw my hand. I stand up in the boat.
The boat wobbles a little bit.
I say something to you. The, just so I'm clear, these are the rainbow kaleidoscope cultists that are rowing the
Yes.
boat.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Um, I point. I begin pointing at one of them, and I'm like, I begin to shout, but I'm also like, I'm shouting at you as well. But like, there's a delineation of to you, Deb. I feel it's more questioning, but to them, it's very aggressive.
Okay. I don't stand up. I scoot a little bit away from you, giving you more room um, on the bench in the boat, and then just gesture uh, towards the seat.
Deb, why don't you give me a manipulate someone roll here, if
Yeah.
you're okay with that.
Uh, yeah.
Okay. So with that, essentially it works but no experience, right? Okay. Uh so what I'll say here, what I'll give you with a 9 is Amaros as Deb, what do you say to Amaros as you're sitting and gesturing?
The one thing that has been made clear to me at this point is that whatever's going on um, involves some disconnect with language, so I don't say anything.
Got it. Okay. Amaros, what I will say is that it is clear to you, disorienting though the situation is, right? You were just listening to hundreds of thousands of people scream in, adulation towards the king that was standing in front of you. And now you're in a boat on a lake. And by the way, the others in the other boat can see Amaros and all of this happening. The fog is dissipated enough that you're only about 10 feet away from each other. Amaros, it is clear to you that Deb, you don't know the name Deb, right? But the Deb here, this person is probably on your side. At least seems to be trying to make some kind of communication with you, right?
Yes. I know that I, the player, know that Deb is very charming. I think there's like there's an insistence from Amaros about these creatures that are rowing the boat, but that begins to like subside a little bit as you press the like the calm, right? I think there's a moment where Amos begins to actually like look or like really look around and see what position that he's in, and I feel like there is possible danger because these I think this Amaros like current Amaros knows these things are like these creatures are dangerous here.
Yeah.
And Deb is like a person. I sit down. I do sit down. One because I think it's I think it's good in this situation what you're doing, but also because it does give XP on a 9, and that gives me 5 XP, and I do need that.
Fair enough.
I sit down and I am like rapidly speaking to you in this language. I am explaining, like I'm like asking, hey, where am I? Who are you? I was just in this other place. Are you okay? You can tell there seems to be again that questioning, and definitely there's like I'm pretty sure you can get like the vibe of I'm looking to try to make sure that you're okay and that you're not in danger.
Deb responds as follows. She makes a very calm, very low-key, just sort of shushing sound. Just shh, right? She then small gestures so that it's difficult, or hopefully difficult, for the stained glass figures to see. But I'll move my index finger back and forth, pointing to Amaros and myself, and then a big shit-eating smile, right? And then I point back, like under my armpit, to the two things rowing, and then I frown, and then I go back, and I just make like a tamping down motion, like trying to get across, like, we got to play it cool right now. Stay calm.
Okay. I look at you. Oh, go on.
Question for you, Amaros.
Yeah.
Do you regard this person as somebody that you would want to defend then?
They
There
are
monsters there, and this is a person.
They are. It is very clear to me they are a human. These other things are not. So I do wish to protect them.
Okay. If you would like, you may speak and understand the language. This is for the player. If you want to continue with the not understanding, that is okay with me. But certain conditions have been met that you can speak and understand what Deb is saying. Or rather, that Deb can also understand what you are saying. You could be speaking English if you would like to.
Could I be speaking the odd language, but Deb begins to understand as it is?
Sure.
Okay.
That's weird. I like that.
I think, right, like as like the language starts to transition a little bit, you eventually hear me saying to you, you are in danger. These creatures need to be removed. I think there's others nearby.
Um, that's right. We are in danger. There are others nearby. Um, we all protect one another. We also protect others that aren't here. We need to worry about them and find the bigger threat that these threats work for. Are you okay?
Can you see the other boat from us, or is the fog still?
Yeah, the fog has
Okay.
right now you're getting close to the shore, right? The song is rising, which we'll cover in a moment, because those who rolled a 10 plus, no more suspense. You can hear the song, but it doesn't affect you in any way. Amaros, you can still hear the song. Deb, same thing. But you also both are like 10 feet away from the other boat.
Mhm.
There's no more fog. You can actually look back and see that the fog is gone. You could see in the distance is the tree line. So it's almost as if there never was fog.
I look towards the other boat and I ask Deb aloud, are these friends of yours?
Amaros, they're friends of ours. I know something's going on, but we're all your friend. All the humans are your friends. We're going to get out of this situation, and then we're going to help figure out what's going on with you. But we're all going to look out for each other. Understand?
I will look out for you, yes.
And I will look out for you. Thanks, friend.
You do not wish me to take care of these creatures.
Not yet, but time's coming, and I'm guessing when it comes, language won't be a barrier at all.
I'd like to this sounds a little odd, but I think given the nature of my companion friend, it should work to give like a bit of a whistle and to call I forgot the name of my fucking cat.
Artemis?
Artemis. Yeah,
Artemis.
I think I give like a whistle and call them to see
Out
if
from
they
under one of the benches, Artemis appears. Artemis has 3 golden bangles, like looped through her tail, as her tail flicks back and forth haughtily upward.
hell yeah, I pick them up and then begin asking them what's going on.
Yeah, the communication you get from Artemis is only literally what you have asked for today. So like you get the like you asked me to go into a van and you're like, what's a van? And there's a description of a van, and it's not super helpful.
Yeah,
And it's
cool.
like then you asked me to stay with Rob, and then you get an image of some guy like kind of unconscious or at least catatonic. It's like, and then you asked to come here, and then there was also a forest. And from Artemis's perspective, it is completely disjointed and without a lot of context. Because Artemis just showed up and you asked for a thing and Artemis did it, right?
Yeah. Excellent. I hold them and I look at you, Deb, and just say, "This is a strange time."
Well, yeah, it is. I'm glad Artemis is here with us. Both Adam and Deb using the cat's name intentionally.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, real quick, we'll go over to the other boat. Because everybody did good, but a certain little guy, awkward, who didn't do so good, did ya? You there, Doug?
I'm gonna get shot again.
My bad, I was muted.
Okay.
I like to think that big brains are susceptible to this kind of influence. So what does that say
sure,
about
sure.
those who passed?
It's not that you're just sort of a it's not that you're just a raw nerve and reality keeps imposing itself on you because you're completely undefended. Yeah, you this is familiar to you, and I think it's even more fitting, right? Because you heard this song. You feel yourself swept into something. The only way I could describe it to you is grand, right? This is something greater, it's complete. It's more of a sense of completeness than you could ever hope to find yourself. Your world is so much especially since you've been forced to come back to Beeman Bay, filled with just gray and drab and cold and mist and this fucking place and all the cruel little ambiguities that your daily life is like consists of. But you find yourself singing along to this, completely swept up in the rightness of this thing. This is a song you should have been singing all along, as far as you know. And also, I will say, it's you. There's a brief moment of panic as you realize that you don't remember your name at all. And then the next moment after that is you don't really care. Why would you need a name anymore? I don't know, what is your physical reaction to this? You definitely start to sing, and I think that is noticed by your boatmate.
Oh, jeez.
If your boat mates, I should say. I believe Harlow is in this boat as well in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said I was kind of calm, so I feel like I'm just like I stopped looking ahead as to like being aware of like what's gonna happen next, and more of just kind of like lost the plot, and I'm just kind of like humming along, bopping my head, and like looking at the sky and just
Cam,
all the beautiful things around me.
Cam,
You're on a
you
fucking
look,
boat ride.
Cam,
Yeah.
you look down and you see in the glass of Awkward's, which now that you think about it, as you think Awkward, that name escapes you and you can't you know that this person is named, you don't remember what it is anymore, and you can actually feel the absence of that name. But you see that the glass that makes up their glasses that they wear covering their eyes all the time is that stained glass that is the same as what makes up the thralls.
Interesting. And I do want to clarify that the immunity to the siren song does not affect the loss of the name. I
Correct.
just want to confirm. Okay.
Yes, something else happened with that.
That's what I thought. Just making
Mhm.
sure.
Though, to be clear from the back, Harlow, you still remember Awkward's full name.
Right, right.
You don't see the glasses, though, because Awkward is facing forward.
Yeah.
But you do hear Awkward singing or rather singing or humming and sitting. You see him sit down, and the tension kind of bleeds out of his shoulders.
Well, this is literally not like we are looking out specifically for him to be mind controlled. I'd like to read a
Yeah.
bad situation.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it doesn't seem good.
Right.
This is the first time conscious that you've seen Awkward not have tension, which doesn't
Is
seem good.
is anyone surprised that the socially awkward guy fell into a cult?
Yeah, in fact, it's kind of terrifying, Harlow, that Awkward seems to be awake still and doesn't have any tension. Because generally this means Awkward's unconscious, but he doesn't seem to be.
All right, let's see. What the fuck am I rolling again?
Read a
Reading
bad situation.
Right. Okay. Okay. I have to look at all my shit to like remember which ones I have to change the roll for.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah, you get 3, and remember, you can hold them like Deb currently is. I
Mhm.
believe Awkward's actually holding Investigate a Mystery as well.
I don't know if that's gonna mean anything anymore.
Well, yeah, you're a little gone at the moment. So yeah, Max, give me those questions, Harlow.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
So you are looking at Awkward, and you open up your sense to try to understand. And whatever it basically the best way currently to stop Awkward to protect Awkward is to keep him from going any further. Because you get the sense that the next step for Awkward is beginning to write down his autobiography. And you know what the next step after that is.
Okay. Okay.
So you could see it, you're not sure how to undo this, right? But the only way to
Right.
keep Awkward safe is to stop him from finishing the process that turns you
Right.
into one of the thralls.
Okay. What's most vulnerable to me?
Uh-huh. What's most vulnerable to you in this moment? So interesting. In this moment, as you are looking at Awkward, you see a glimpse of something for the very first time. Which is there is something deeply malignant and twisted that is coiled around Awkward's. It almost looks like his spine. Um, as you look at it, you see that the reason you're seeing it right now is because it is like thrashing and flailing and moving. And you realize, kind of with a little bit of sickening horror, that like this thing has been able to hide from you, or has been like you've been unable to sense this thing. But you get the sense that whatever that is not a part of the rest of this. And that the vulnerability, Awkward might be vulnerable here, and the vulnerability might be, if that thing is trying to fight against whatever's happening to Awkward, that maybe the best way to help Awkward is to help that thing. In other words, the vulnerability to the spell, the thing that's happening to Awkward, the effect, is that thing. That thing is a vulnerability to it.
So my attempt to use magic that I am going to do now, I'm looking at the list of things and looking at banishment.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah.
So banish here, I think, if is your intention to try to ban, because banish would be you're trying to banish the malignant thing, right?
I think
But
so.
that particular thing, I will say, is the thing that is fighting against the enchantment that is on Awkward, right? That thing isn't the vulnerable thing, but it is a vulnerability to the enchantment, which seems to be a separate thing, if that makes sense.
If am I would I be capable of having a success that is intelligent enough to be able to like actually aid by using magic? Does that make sense? Like making the use magic roll with the banish intention, but like I am trying to do what I can see needs to be done, not like explicitly amputating. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're trying to banish the thing that's straining against the enchantment, right?
I think so. I think that's what I'm. I think that's what I'm understanding.
Okay. So I don't think I'm explaining it fully, but I'll make sure that you understand before you move
It
forward.
sounds like this thing is supposed to be helping him, and I'm just trying to. I'm
Yeah.
trying to part the fucking curtain so it can.
Got it. You're trying to help
Yes.
it. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I think you could do a use magic. I do think there's going to be I think this is weird because I think here you're going to see that is a creature with Occam's broadsword, right? So that's a +1.
hmm
You'd get a -2, but the net effect will be a -1 to try
Happy with that.
to do this, because it's out of your depth, and you have no idea what the fuck that thing is or how to even operate in this way. But you're gonna try, and Occam's broadsword does help you here, so you're rolling with a -1.
Sweet. Hey. I also advanced this as my advancement.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Hold on, I gotta look at what that does.
On a 12 plus, I am offered an additional benefit. Not effect, benefit. So,
Indeed.
yeah.
You know what? This is weird. Okay. You like reach in and kind of break the bindings that seem to be holding this thing in place. In the next instant, from your perspective, it is completely gone. Awkward, you are snapped out of your reverie. It almost feels like your whole body goes clammy and cold for a moment. Across like your face, the glasses that were stained glass before are now your regular glass, but they are completely shattered. You Awkward for at least the next couple scenes as the added benefit to what that was. When you roll weird, roll +1. So write that down somewhere so that I don't forget and we don't forget.
Okay.
But that is the added benefit from Harlow.
Okay.
Awkward, in your ear, it almost seems to whisper, your friend helped.
Is that
Okay.
my friend? The voice that I'm hearing?
Yeah, that you know what this voice is, Awkward.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the voice of your twin.
Yep.
As you hear, I can help you now. Do you want me to help?
In what way?
Keep you safe?
I'd rather be empowered so I could help myself.
You hear a faint laugh. Do you want my help?
Sure.
You hear a laugh as the voice kind of fades in the background. I'm here now.
Oh, fuck. I look around.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Cam, from your perspective, all this shit happened. Awkward, like, went from fucking like relaxed to completely tense again. The glasses are normal again and have shattered. Awkward startled like he heard something over his right shoulder and is now looking around frantically.
But are these glasses like those hipster glasses that are just frames?
At this point, there's a few pieces of glass left, but they're pretty fucked up. Like, you're also, Cam, his eyes are completely luminescent white currently. They almost seem to glow, like, completely.
Okay, I take the glasses off. I'm not.
Yeah,
not
there's no
risking
there's
any
no
glass.
yeah. So Harlow, mission accomplished. You guess. It seems to be working. Awkward doesn't seem to have that effect on him anymore, right?
Not blasting us with an
Yeah.
ancient weapon, so I think I'm
Yeah.
fine.
It's good. Cam, what do you do? This has been a crazy fucking minute and a half.
I think when the glasses originally turned, Cam was thinking that that was some sort of symptom of him getting taken over. I was going to grab the glasses,
Got it.
but that was before they exploded. So
Yeah.
I guess I didn't get shot, but maybe glasses are exploding in my hand now. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, I like that. Cam, you are holding the glasses that you've taken off of Awkward's face as you see them turn back into cracked and broken regular glasses in your hand.
Yeah,
You
you
look
can keep those. I'll
over.
just get some new ones.
You look over, and Awkward's eyes, when I say they are like luminescent, they are giving off light in front of him, almost like two little, they don't go very far, but like two little spotlights illuminating the space in front of his head as his eyes flicker around.
You good?
Maybe.
All right. I will throw the empty glasses into the lake.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Hey, leave nothing but footprints.
They're metal? It's not like it's not. Whatever.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it when you said it just then?
You're welcome to go in for them. We got bigger concerns than the lake that I'm not even sure is real. So
As you say that, both boats and behind you, Cam, as you've turned your head to like look back towards Harlow for a moment, you feel the boat scraping as it reaches the gravel shore of a landmass. As you turn around, I think we'll follow Cam's perspective, looking back around, looking up. All of you, as you reach the island, the shore before you is initially far too grand for this modest a landmass. It doesn't make any sense for there to be this kind of shore for what is functionally just a bit of dirt in the middle of a pond. The music suddenly halts altogether. Cam, you don't notice the music stopping because there was no music to begin with as far as you were concerned. Before you stands a palace. Its drawbridge is extended down. There are no longer any attendants in the boat with you. Instead, standing one to either side in front of you, there are 4 faceless knights. These knights are dressed in full sets of plate mail, though the plate mail is the same stained glass in texture and in form. They have halberds raised. And in front of you, you see 2 standing one to either side of the gate itself. They are both unarmed, but you see each of them has one hand on a portcullis wheel that has lowered the heavy gate towards you. Looking back, you see the lake itself, which is no longer a pond. It is indeed a lake, and it is vast. The castle itself rises above you, 50, 60, 100, hard to tell from this angle how high, but tall enough that it seems to nearly touch the moon, which the moon and the sky seem to still be consistent, as is the tree line that you could see far in the distance behind you. And as you all look at this castle, castle for the audience is probably too meager a word. It is more like a castle of old. These buildings that were, part fortification, part work of vanity and art. More stained glass in this particular case than stone. And the geometry and architecture is so precise and clean that no real craftsman could have ever hoped to make anything like this. And as you take all of this in, this hearing, then this seeing, you are hit with a strong smell of cooked foods wafting from somewhere ahead. From where you stand in the boats looking up, from your vantage point, you are angled down a ways on the shore, looking up, and you can only faintly see into the beginnings of the courtyard beyond the drawbridge gate, which is folded towards you. What does everybody do?
Weep.
Climb out of the boat.
Yeah, Harlow, like it this is one of those moments of like ethereal beauty, right? Like this is clearly something beyond human capability, right? It is grand in that particular way. So Cam looks up unimpressed, hops out of the boat. Cam, as you hop,
just
yeah, Cam.
not
Well,
showing it.
yeah, Cam's
This
operationalizing.
is not a safe place.
Yep. Cam, as you hop over, expecting to have, a little bit of water, right? You hop over and realize that the boat is like 10 feet up on the gravel. So your feet touch only ground. What's everyone else do? Amaros and Deb, we left you in a weird spot.
I think I step out of the boat. I put out a hand to help Deb.
Yeah, I take Amaros's hand and accept the help.
I think, Cody, tell me if you're down with this. How do you feel about only Deb being able to understand me, and that I speak the odd language for everyone else?
I like that. You have established a connection with this person. That was the condition that was met, right? So I'm okay with that. That fits for me.
Gives us a little bit of both, right? I think I'd like once I see that Deb is good, I turn and go down on one knee and just stroke Artemis's head, give her a little scritch, and then I say to her, "Find a back way in."
Yeah, Artemis turns around in a circle and climbs underneath one of the benches in this rowboat and is gone.
Cool.
Okay.
I call over to my friends that were in the other boat. Anything strange go on during your trip?
I think
See with
awkward's
all
possessed.
Wait, what was that? I'm
No,
sorry.
everything's perfectly normal on this side of the weird lake in the middle of, or the weird island in the middle of a pond that definitely didn't have an island a minute ago.
Okay, well,
how is who is this?
Well, our friend Amaros here seems to be speaking a different language and doesn't quite remember us. But I think we've established that we, and I sort of circle with my finger, we are all friends and that we all look out for each other. And he and I are able to communicate in some rudimentary form. So, all in all, things could be worse.
Yeah. That feels like the motto of this team. Overall, things could be worse.
I say to the group that this is a strange and dangerous place, but fear not, I will look after you.
I look around. Right. I look around and just, hey, did anybody else catch that?
Sure didn't. Not a word. Not one.
Hold on. Use magic can help me communicate with creatures. If I can succeed, I'll give it a crack.
Mm-hmm.
Just to open communication.
I turn to Cam and be like, kind of puts my thing into perspective, huh?
Woo.
Well, I mean, yes and no. This is the first time that's happened for Almaros, and he is a magical non-human being from time immemorial. You are 25, 22. What are you?
22.
Oh, hell yeah, got it.
Harlow.
And also human. And that,
I feel like you just proved my point.
Yeah, but like I said, he was like possessed or something.
I begin speaking to you, Harlow, because I see you use magic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I begin. I like my attention focuses on you, and take a few steps forward, and I say, "A sorcerer. That is good
Hey,
Yeah.
luck."
baby.
As the additional effect, by the way, Harlow, you and Amaros are capable of communicating without speaking at the moment.
Ooh.
You have opened a deeper line of communication than you anticipated.
I
You can
wink.
speak mind to mind.
Do you wink in your mind?
Yeah.
Amaros, real quick, roll me a sharp roll.
Sure.
If you fail, no, nothing happens. It's just
It's a 3.
yeah, no, you don't get anything. No experience, but also same thing as before. Nothing else materializes.
No problem.
Yeah.
Can I ask a mechanical game question?
Yeah.
Since I did hit 5 XP from Deb's manipulate somebody,
Uh-huh.
is it once you have 5 improvements, every advancement from that point on you can advance moves? Or do you have to
Yeah,
hit like another 5 or
you
something?
you need 5, and then all of the advanced moves are available to you.
Okay, so I have some advanced moves, but since I just hit another advancement, I could advance more moves.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have that box to check still.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's advanced 2 moves, and then I can click advance 2 more basic moves.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have the
that will
capability of
take
advancing up to 4, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure that that's how it worked.
Mm-hmm. Are you taking a relevant advancement?
Not to what is currently happening, but I
Yeah.
am going to advance help out and read a bad situation.
Okay, interesting.
It's just because my stats are good in that. So higher chance.
Also, Amaros, I'm going to give you the option here of because you are a past iteration of yourself, you operate under some slightly different rules. So you could tell me, do you want to get more weird with it, and I'll give you the way Amaros currently operates, or do you want to just not complicate things, keep things as is?
Yeah, let's get weird.
Okay. Currently, you are able to use Protect Someone on Harlow and Deb only. But you have a +1 to kick some ass. Just flat bonus.
Okay.
You've established the instinctual sort of connection to these two. The rest are humans, but back in those days, Amaros was a much cruder instrument, right? And so this Amaros is very good at beating absolute ass, and protecting someone was mostly focused to a handful of people that Amaros could see in front of them. A lot less able to protect a large number of people like Amaros has been doing in the present, right?
Sure.
Okay. So all of you stand on the rocky shore before this castle. You can smell the cooked food, mostly cooked meat, probably, wafting down to you. Anything anybody want to do? I know you've got some holds in play. If anybody wants to throw their holds from read a bad situation or investigate a mystery.
I will say out loud, it seems like we're being invited.
The king wants to see us. I'll explain. I'll look around to see if there's somebody who's showing us the way.
The only way seems to be forward through the lowered drawbridge. You notice that the drawbridge doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because it's not over a body of water or anything. It's just laid out flat on the like gravel of the shore, right? but there doesn't seem to be any indication. The 4 that were near you are now knights and are just standing nearby, and the 2 that both each one of them has a hand on the wheel that would lower and close this thing.
I'll approach like I'm invited. Although, I'll take 3 steps and I'll turn around. I don't know if they can see me. I need more help.
Yeah, I expect the only way out is through. So, come on, y'all.
Does everybody begin to progress forward?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
While we are
Harl-
doing that, while we are walking, Cam is
Uh-huh.
looking around. Is there like, I mean, this is basically a castle-esque place. Is there
Yeah.
stuff on the walls? Are there like friezes and portico, like anything that gives us any indication of who we are about to go meet?
So I'll complicate that a little bit. Harlow, from your perspective, the rest of them go walking forward and then suddenly disappear.
Oh fuck.
You continue to walk forward, right? And from your perspective, the point where they disappeared is basically in the actual entryway. You stand between the two figures, right? You can see beyond the courtyard, which has a bit of mist up to about knee level, kind of covering it. But beyond, you see the grand steps up into what is probably the entrance. And as you turn to look, the 2 figures that were standing next to you and the 4 that were staying down by the beach are now standing on each side of the stairs, and 2 are opening a door to you. Everybody else, though, find yourself in a grand hall. Cam, I will say the first thing you notice as you are kind of looking for, you enter into the courtyard, right? And from your perspective, you start to look for art or for any kind of indication of like culture or anything, right? Uh, you finding yourself now in the banquet hall. I think actually find a conspicuous lack of that. Like that a real place like this would have more history to it, right? Would have art pieces, and the art is this place. Its construction and its design is the art. But you look up at the stained glass and you don't see pictures depicted there like you would expect in a castle like this, right? Friezes and even the stained glass would depict something. These are just designs and, spiraling fractals, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cam will, looking at especially the fractals, just it's that math bullshit. Oh God.
On a throne, on the far side of the banquet hall, as all of you now are here standing in the warmth. It is warm and pleasant, and it has that feeling of entering into warmth after being cold. Before you is an enormous banquet laid out horizontal on a long table that is down at the floor level where you are. Beyond, up 2 layers of stairs on a dais, is a throne made all of glass, and on that throne sits an armored giant. It is hard to tell how tall from your angle, though it must easily be over 7 foot. They are clad in armor made of stained glass. One hand is resting on an enormous glass sword that they hold casually in one hand to the side of the throne. The mold and shape of the armor suggests that this is a female, though the helmet completely obscures the face. I will send it through in the monsters. 1 second. The art that AI generated for me on this one is pretty sick, genuinely.
All right.
As all of this is happening, Harlow, what are you doing outside? You could see the way you must
I'm
have to
fucking jogging
go,
up the
right? Yeah, you're
stairs.
running,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I take off my hat and I roll up my sleeves and I just run.
Yeah, you're running. All of you inside hear a rich, deep voice from within the helmet says, "Welcome, travelers, to my court. Be at peace. I offer you all hospitalities afforded to guests by the accords granted unto us from the gods. I am the king, Artoria Pendle. I am the chosen of the lady and the wielder of the hopes, dreams, and fates of all of my subjects." The one hand lets go of the sword, and both hands gesture broadly. Feast. You catch this part as you're coming in, Harlow, as you're running in behind them. They're a layer down from you, right? Because they're kind of in the floor level. You are a little bit raised from them, but you could see the group of them standing there, and you can now see the person on the throne.
Awesome.
You catch this part, Harlow, which is feast, rest. Your journey has been long, and I would be a poor king indeed if I did not first let you find relief before we spoke. As this figure says that, all of the chairs, of which there are like 30, scrape themselves out from the table in front of all of you. What does everyone do? This shit is happening.
Yeah, I'm not especially hungry right now, but I appreciate your offer. Um, do you have a name other than the king?
Uh,
Like a full, not a title, but like a name.
Artoria Pendle, you may call me,
Oh, right.
if you
Okay.
do
Yeah,
not
yeah,
wish
yeah,
to
okay.
refer to me as the king.
Artoria Pendle. Sorry, for some reason I heard that and I thought it was a title. That's Ted, not Cam. I don't know
Mhm.
why.
You hear a like deep, warm laugh from within the armor, as she says, "It is also a title."
A king needs a kingdom, and what kingdom is this?
Uh, the armored head swivels towards you, Amaros, and says, "Ah, you are the deathless one, yes?"
So far.
There's a nod. It is. Well, I am told you are a warrior of some renown, older maybe even than the lady.
I have seen battle.
Uh, the helmet nods. Uh, in answer to your question, well, my kingdom is the world. I am the chosen of the lady.
Your kingdom is this world, but this is not the world.
True enough, yes. My kingdom is currently this world, but the intention is that I should rule the world beyond this one as well.
And where is this lady from that she's giving you this authority?
She's the lady of the lake.
Right.
As for the matter of authority, well, more than authority, the duty of a king is responsibility. I hold within me the responsibility of fate and the fate of all my subjects.
Artoria, let me ask you a question.
Sure, absolutely.
When did this lady choose you?
It would be perhaps a year ago.
And what were you before you were chosen?
Uh, there is a longer pause than there has been at any time before. I was a person.
So, what we're dealing with here is Gopher. The lady has chosen you to deliver some sort of message on her behalf. And that's fine and all. I understand everyone's got their purpose. But if it's all the same with you, we'd like to talk to the person that's in charge. And that clearly isn't you. And I sit down and start eating.
There is a long pause, and you can hear the kind of weird glass on glass scraping as the head cocks. It says, "You wish to speak directly to the lady. An interesting proposal. Make your case."
My case is simple. She chose you to do her bidding. I'd prefer this not be a game of telephone. I'd like to know what she wants, and I'd like to hear it from her.
Then I must ask more officially. Marked 1, do you claim your right as consigliere?
I don't answer, and I just continue eating.
Awkward. Do you have any idea what that means? Consigliere?
Should I?
Ah.
Mm.
By the way, I would like to use my hold now.
Okay,
What sort
what are
of
you asking?
what sort of creature is it?
Uh, it is easier to say that this thing, you put something together from your previous, which is this is no longer just one creature. This is the composite of the essences of at least 36 people.
Okay, now that number makes sense.
Harlow, what is so we got Deb is sitting down and feasting. Amaros, what are you doing?
I I don't eat.
Yeah.
I definitely don't eat. I don't think I even sit at this point. I think I take up a position standing like near Deb, mirroring like almost like she is now the leader and I am her
Right.
advisor. Yeah.
Deb, as you tuck into the food, by the way,
Mhm.
all of the senses are correct except for taste on this particular one. It just doesn't taste quite right. Everything
Yeah.
else checks out. The taste is immediately just a little off as you like tear into a bit of the meat, right?
Yeah,
It's just not right.
I will switch up to that thing you see in TV shows and movies where it, unless you're really paying attention, it looks like I'm eating, but there's really just a whole lot of me moving shit around with a fork.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay.
I would also like to kick the chair across from me out or further out from under the table
Uh-huh.
and just without looking up, just say, "We're waiting," and I would like to use my final hold for what's the best way out of here?
Yeah. The best way out of here immediately, right, is probably to get back to the fucking boat and to bail. If you go by the logic that Amros was, you were the closest to actually hearing it because Amros was your co-pilot, right? Amros early on in this said that sometimes the only way to get past these kind of things is to just lean in. Then potentially the best way to get out of this is to lean in, which is a great question to ask because now you have a +1 where leaning in is concerned.
Okay.
Ongoing, right? As long as that information is relevant. So that's actually a quite important +1 potentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Cam, what are you doing?
Cam will sit, but is not eating. Just from a combination of not being hungry and also being weirded out.
Yep, it's fucking weird. Awkward. What are you doing?
Nothing currently, but I am looking over my stuff.
Okay. Do you sit down?
Yeah, I'll say.
Okay. Now the question, Bilbo Baggins, is what is Harlow doing as you sneak into the hall by walking?
Yeah. So you said I'm on another level, right?
You're a little bit raised up. There's like one little
Okay.
set of stairs that goes all the way around the banquet hall, right?
Okay,
And so
yeah.
you're technically one layer lower than the king would be on the dais on the opposite side. There's just a recessed place where the table is resting.
I'm going in.
Sure.
Like as soon as I see the interaction play out as it does, like I'm so invested in what is occurring, and as soon as it hits this specific beat, I turn and I try to go get lost in this building.
Okay. As you are like going around it in a circle, you catch a little bit of kind of the feeling Cam got, which is that you look for offshoot hallways, anything that leads out of this chamber, and there is no such thing, right? There is only this chamber, and the way out
Just
of it is
grinning.
towards the front, right? So you look for like where there should rationally be a fucking hallway that leads down a hall to either side, right? If that's where the throne is up there. You do not see anything, right? It's just the wall. And you realize like the castle didn't look this small from the outside, right? Like there should be more to it. It doesn't seem to be like populated maybe, almost like a video game. It's not.
Do I bump into any of the other knights or anything as I'm walking around?
No, but you are able to see as you walk past that the knights now, 4 of them are in the corners of the room. 2 of them are standing at the door behind you. Behind you a few moments ago, like the one door in and out of this place. The other 4 are sort of standing sentinel at each of the 4 corners.
Yeah, I keep just trying to wander this place, and I am explicitly. I am not trying to avoid the exit in the like trying to trick my way out of it. I am not trying to leave. I'm trying to bury my way in here like a tick.
Give me an act under pressure. It's you roll it weird because it's just another day. You're trying to just fucking go for it.
Okay. Where'd you go? Woohoo!
Yeah. So you are kind of just like doubling down, right? Like just capering and running around, like just being the fly on the wall that, by the way, the rest of you could see Harlow running around in circles, like cronking between pillars, even though you could see that the king and none of the knights acknowledge Harlow in any way. Harlow runs directly in front of one of the knights.
I am running loud.
Thump, 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 thump. You catch glimpses, Harlow, of something else. As you're running around, like exploring the space, at multiple points when you touch one of the pillars, right? Your perception flickers for a moment, and you are on a shabby little 10 by 10 foot of ground in the middle of a pond. There is a stone rock in the center of it, and a cloth kind of lean to that has been constructed to one side. You can see there's a figure inside of it, but as you try to move your eyes towards it, everything flickers back into being, in the imagination of the place, right? But you just keep catching these glimpses of the reality underneath all of it, as if you are just slightly desynced from, the fictive reality that everybody else is seeing, right?
I sprint to where I know all of my friends can see me and just say, "This is the coolest shit ever."
Looking between Harlow and this walking suit of armor. I'm sure our host here is happy to have everybody enjoying the castle, right? Finding cool things, looking for answers to some questions, right?
Yeah, I wish there's nothing. Look, watch this. If I run this way and I pop I like Scooby-Doo style on the other side.
The king responds to you, Cam, and says, Indeed. If you have any questions that I am capable of answering, I would be happy to do so."
Ask how long we can stay.
So
How long
exactly
can we
how
say?
long? I was gonna say how long until your boss gets here, but yeah, that's a
Sorry,
more
which
reasonable version of that question.
you both spoke at the same time. Which question?
Go ahead.
I was just asking, how long until the lady get? You said your boss, your lady, the
Oh, the
lady of the
Lady
lake.
of the
She was
Lake.
on her way. I'm just wondering how long we have to enjoy all of your hospitality and see what is here in your home before that happens.
I am not yet sure when she will arrive. She moves as she wishes.
Yeah. Oh no, I get that. I understand that. I mean, not my boss, but you know.
Hey, why are you made
Ask
out of 36 souls? And follow up, was that the minimum number required to make you? Another follow up, was that the maximum number? Or are you going to take more?
There is a belly laugh as the figure doubles over the moment. It says, 36, you use the word souls. I use the word names. Yes, there's
I'm
been
sure,
36 so far.
oh, so more.
Oh, well, yes. We're currently in the process of gathering 12 more. And maybe, well, that is a conversation for after dinner. It would be impolite to speak business at this time.
Fair. Hey, what's with our names?
Names? What do you mean?
Death list, taken, marked, etc.
Oh, your titles.
All that too.
They are based off of your natures.
What do you know about mine?
Oh. I personally do not know much, though I can see the thing that is twisted about you. Would you like to be free of it?
I
I don't know
think
yet.
we're yeah, I think we're we're off. fine as we are right now.
The
We
head
don't need to
turns to
be.
you, Cam. You, the lost one. You don't really have a purpose, do you?
Well, that seems like a very rude assessment of myself. I have lots of purpose. I'm not sure what my purpose at this explicit place is. I'm not sure why you have deigned to speak with the likes of us when it seems you. I mean, taking on 12 more names, right?
Because you asked for audience.
We did we?
Indeed. I can offer you purpose. A mission.
No, I'm good, thank you. I have a purpose. I have a mission. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. Hey, sidebar. Which of us actually asked for this audience? Because didn't the folks at the on the road, didn't they invite us? I did somebody ask for this?
Well,
Okay,
I surely
doesn't really
don't
seem
know.
like it. Okay, it doesn't really seem like it. That's what I thought. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Let me be plain, then. It is somewhat rude of me to begin this conversation before you've finished dinner, but
At that point, I stand up and I flip the table over. Dinner's finished.
uh like the hands clap together with like a clink. Excellent. Um this is, well, let's go somewhere. As she takes a couple steps forward, she glances back towards the throne. uh the room around all of you shifts and shimmers for a moment, and you find yourself in a what seems much more like a den or like a sitting room. Harlow, you are standing in an empty hall again, though you see a hallway open up right in front of you as you're around the right side, and you can see a little bit of light from a room in the distance.
I start jogging.
Yeah. uh in this room there is you now realize the true, because although this place is not particularly large, it is still castle in scale, so it's kind of like a library almost in terms of like how large. um you now realize that this figure is at least 9 feet tall as it sort of looms over you, and it seats itself back on a chair that kind of creaks under its weight. It is sized for it, but still, this figure seems to be denser even than their size would suggest. Uh, she gestures, and you see there's a couple of other chairs. They are currently set towards the like perimeter of the room, and all of you can see the doorway leading out into the hallway behind you. And she says, "Would you like to be seated, or would you prefer to stand?"
I can't speak for the others. I'm fine right how I am.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
then.
stand.
I have been empowered by my lady, the Lady of the Lake, to offer a exchange. It is the same exchange I've offered all of the names who have made up me. I can give you purpose, and I can give you oneness as I feel it and understand it. In exchange, you give unto me your name. This will free you of your fates, your destinies. The head nods to you, Amaros, and says, "With the exception of you." I am not permitted to ask of you that. The being you serve is, well, suffice to say, we would not want to draw insult. You understand?
That is wise.
Well, my being isn't worthy of that.
What was that?
So my being isn't worthy of that.
Well, you do not serve something such as Amaros there serves.
It's your opinion.
I will offer then again to you, as you are the most harried by your fate, I think. I can take it away from you. I've heard you listen to the song. You've been compelled by it several times, have you not?
Interesting that you know how to take it away, yet know very little about it.
True. It is not for me to understand it. It is a powerful thing, but a mean and small thing.
I
As I
mean,
said,
if he's
I can take you away from it. You do not have to be bound to this fate, and yours is an ill one at best.
what's that process like?
Well, you've already given unto me your names,
Uh,
though I have not asked them of
involuntarily.
you. Indeed, yes. Not truly fair, but if you agree to it, then your names are my name. You join me. Your names are bound to me, to us, to the we. She laughs as if like to her under the royal we, I suppose. In
Is that
exchange,
what happened to all them fellas and folks tending those bonfires out there?
the 12 from this crop, yes, in varying degrees.
Afraid it might be a little less than 12 now, but uh, all of them gave up their names willingly. Then, if you've already started taking names unwillingly, what stops you from just doing the rest?
The head cocks. On this, the lady and I may somewhat disagree. She is what she is, and it is for me to think of the people. I would prefer to give the choice. And if you say you do not want it, then I will appeal that we depart from this place and begin our crop elsewhere. It is clear that you are defenders of this place sufficient to have staked your claim as the rightful stewards of this bay. Yes? This is where you, Harlow, are rounding the you're peeking around the corner. You caught the last little bit of that.
Could you repeat the bit that
Yeah,
that would be
basically,
relevant?
you caught the part that is essentially if you prefer it. Basically, if you prefer, I can just leave and begin the crop taking elsewhere
Oh,
because it is
okay.
clear that you are, the stewards of this place. You are possessed of enough power to be so.
The problem is, I look after this world,
Indeed, and
and I will
more than
not
like
suffer you to harvest anywhere.
there is a deep nod. You are a creature of honor.
I don't know what he just. I don't know what he just said. Um, but
Well, let me help out. What our friend Amaros just did was give our official counteroffer. Namely, you can stop harvesting names from anywhere in this world, and we'll let you be.
I will not do you the disservice of lying and saying that, yes, I will cease becoming what I am to be. The best that I can offer is that I do not do it here. You have made your case quite strongly that this is not a place for names to be taken.
I gotta remember what my
Well,
alternate weird ability
that
is.
may not be entirely true. I may take your name.
I will accept your formal proposition to duel. But first, would you do me the honor, or rather the kindness, of allowing the others to make their decisions for themselves?
I look over the group. I look back to the king, and I nod and say, "That is fair. They have a choice."
I think the helmet shifts towards you first, Deb. You guard your obligations close. So I won't do you the disservice of discussing them, but I can free you of them.
Your freedom is nothing but a noose with a different name. Thanks, but no thanks.
Very well. The head turns towards you, Cam.
I am going to contact my secret masters.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I don't know if this is a thing y'all have dealt with before, but there is, and I will go through the whole spiel in my brain because this all
Mhm.
happens at the speed of thought.
Yep.
It's probably not going to be very good because this is a weird roll, and my weird sucks.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hit you with a -2.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
Yeah, go for it.
pretty sure at that point I cannot succeed at all because my
Gain that
weird is already a -1.
Farm the
Get that
XP.
experience.
Farm it, brother.
No, that's not true. If I roll well enough, I can still get a partial success.
Get
Pop
there.
off.
That is a
Yo!
partial success.
Hold on.
He
So
did
it's
it.
a
An
5.
11.
It's a 5 plus 6, 11 minus 3. Yeah, so a partial
Minus your
success.
2,
Fuck.
which fills out
Yeah.
my the
Yeah,
holds
it's
from bottling it up and my -1 weird.
Yep. It's an 8.
On a
You
7 to
just-
9, the secret masters need you to complete a task for them. Once it is done, they reveal a key fact, clue, or technique that will help you.
Hmm. Give me a second to think about this.
I imagine they are not going to be particularly excited about the prospect of something showing up
What-
and just abducting people.
What is the aid you are asking for here?
There's no way that Cam is taking this deal that is being offered. Cam
Of course.
fully believes Cam's got a duty.
Uh-huh.
I got a job. I got a role. The DFA's work is actually important, even
Yeah.
though no one knows it. So I feel like this comes down to even though I cannot understand Omeros, even though I can't understand Omeros's words, we have the same sentiment of, yeah, no, you can't keep doing this anywhere, not just here. Like that dude in the Louisiana Bayou with suddenly a sword and then disappearing. Like there are people who don't remember who that guy was that used to care about him, and like no more of that's gonna happen here. It is
So
the job of the DFA to
I'm gonna marry this to a hard move that I've been holding on from a failure that Harlow did earlier. And the thing that is asked of you here, the task is there is an agent of chaos here that, if introduced, could change the board state, basically, right? And what they're asking you to do is alert the king to the fact that Harlow is there in exchange for the information, because there is something in the king becoming aware of Harlow in some way is going to assist you in getting a key as this fact technique or something, right? There's a weakness there somehow, but it does involve making the agent of chaos known. So that's
on the
the
other
task.
hand, I'm not a snitch.
That's true. You can choose not to do it. I'm making this one brutal because I'm piggybacking off of the hard move I had from a failure that I've been holding on to, waiting for something interesting, because I didn't just want to do like a you take one harm.
But you do take
So
one.
yeah. Yeah, sure.
You'd
So
be
yeah,
taking a lot of harm.
yeah, true. Generally,
Generally it is harm.
That's a lot of your backlash. This one was a failure on a read a bad situation instead of use magic. Otherwise, yeah, you would have just taken harm. Yeah, Cam, that's what you got.
Give me a second for Cam to think about this while everyone else
Yeah.
is getting it.
So yeah, it asked you and you said no, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. The head turns
I have
towards...
a purpose. I don't need you to take it away, and I don't want whatever you think a purpose is.
The head turns towards you, Awkward, and there's a change in like the set of the shoulders, like a lot less rigid, a lot less tense, as she says, "Do you want my help?"
Yeah, he made me mean a little, but at least I get to keep my free will.
For now.
It's better than giving up right now.
Child, you're very... Do you see the tenseness like gathers back? Very well. Okay, Cam. Decision time.
I am going to say nothing for now. I know that the knowledge that Harlow is there may throw a wrench in this thing's plan. I don't think that has to be done immediately now. Like if there's a showdown or something, that might be something that, if kept close to the vest for now, can throw them off kilter later. It doesn't feel useful to throw them off now, to throw them off balance now. Although the masters have... it's called Secret Masters in the Illuminated power. There, this is Cam contacting the agency as far as he's concerned.
Okay. That, having received all of the available answers, she rises to her feet again, incredibly tall, and says, "We will proceed to an honorable contest, but first, I believe you," inclines a head towards Deb, "wish to speak with the lady?"
She's the one in charge, right?
This is the first time where that barb you see kind of like hits something, like one of her shoulders rolls, and like you see the hand clenches on the sword a little bit, just barely, right? Just enough for Deb to know, like, score to hit.
Mhm.
As she nods and says, "Very well, I will leave you for a time, and when we meet again, it will be on the testing fields." She begins to get out the door. She has to basically walk through the center of all of you. Did you all let her continue walking?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she is walking towards you, Harlow. What do you do?
I stand to wait to see if she bumps into me.
Yeah, as she gets to the doorway, she stoops low. Again, the door is high, but she is higher. And she stoops through and hits you as you are knocked to the ground for one harm. And
Oof.
she freezes and her hand reaches for her sword. Who goes there?
We're supposed to believe you have the power to change our fates. You can't even tell when there's other folks in your abode, in your domain.
I am powerful, but I am not omniscient or omnipotent. Who is here?
Just my companion. I'll whistle and see if I can have Artemis appear.
Yeah, you have Artemis appear in the space, kind of like in front. The hand on the sword, like the sword is like about to be brought to bear as the cat walks from all of your perspective, walks out from behind Harlow's leg, right? From her perspective, just appears in air, walking around something invisible. And she settles and turns to you, Amaros, and says, "Very well. We will meet each other shortly then." Uh,
Oh, scared
continues
of a little
walking
pussy.
down. Continues walking down the hall. You guys, as she is walking, you have a beat here before anything happens. Like you expect something to immediately happen, but nothing seems to happen at first. And that stretches out into a minute, enough to where you're like, you have a moment to speak potentially if you wanted to, or for Harlow to interact with you. Certainly, Harlow can communicate in Amros's mind. Now that I think about it,
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak out loud, although only some understand. I'll speak out loud and say, um, they do not seem to understand that they are here. This is an advantage, though I do not see how to use it yet.
Yep. What did he say?
I will repeat what Amaro said. Say, yeah, I don't see it either, and I imagine this is going to get much worse before it gets any better.
oh,
Yeah, well, apparently if that thing finds out that our other friend is here, that could cause some real trouble for him. Not for our friend, but for
Hmm.
I will gesture towards the stained glass suit of armor. Hey, are you uh this she keeps going on about meeting on the field of battle. You're not fighting her, right, Deb?
Oh well,
Right, Deb?
look, I would imagine that this is going to come to a fight sooner or later. I was less interested in the fact that she mentioned meeting on the field of battle against me? And I, sort of nod my head towards Amaros. Um, I was, I was, I had to, it was real difficult for me to hold my laughter when she mentioned the fight was going to be honorable. It's like, she don't know me at all.
So quick question. Why did nobody want to make a deal with King Arthur?
Because I don't want to wind up like one of them folks tending to the fires and looking like stained glass and not having my name or my life or my soul or anything about me.
Harlow, does that sound appealing to you?
There was maybe not a lot of consideration of the offer, considering she has said that there is something that she grants in return.
Yeah, but at what cost? If giving up everything that makes me, if becoming like one of those stained glass people out there with no sense of who I am and no sense of, well, I mean, no real part of being a person, what does it matter?
But some folks are choosing to do so.
I mean, some folks choose to do hard drugs, meth, and I was trying to find something very funny to end that with, and it just did not come to me. But pretend Cam does say something ridiculous.
Throwing gators through drive-through windows.
Some people juggle geese. I don't know.
There you go. You got there.
I mean, what folks will choose to do. I mean, it's their choice. I'm not. Well, I mean, I guess by telling her she can't steal names no more, that I guess I am kind of making that choice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There's also the fact that it don't sound like everybody's actually getting the choice. I mean, she's already grabbed
I pointed awkward.
What's your who are you again? And you didn't offer that, right? I mean,
No.
yeah, so sounds to me like a load of shit. That's about all it's worth too. Folks ain't always getting choices, and the things they're getting for their choices ain't exactly, it seems like, the things that they think they're getting, you know?
This is not a world of hope. This place, these creatures are malignant.
Sounded like something I might agree with, but I don't know. That's gonna be my ongoing bit.
I don't know. It's just that you don't kill off all predators just because some attack some livestock.
I mean, this one is attacking. It's attacking you. It's attacking him right now.
Yeah, but we asked for it. He asks for it every time.
That is a shitty thing to say. That is a shitty thing to say.
You've been here.
What the hell does that mean? Well, I almost said it.
Yeah, you like start to say it and it's almost like choking. You're like, what?
Right. Well, this certainly is an awkward situation.
This is real awkward.
Just said it didn't want any part of it, didn't offer anything, didn't say yes, didn't do nothing, didn't even say yes when given the chance. And yet, yeah, you saw what I saw in the boat. He was turning into one of them. His glasses were turning stained glass. He was going to be like one of them. Had no say in it. That's not a benevolent thing. That's not there's some predators that are horrible and some that are, no, that's a straight up monster. It's taking people against their will.
To be selfish, but I have
What
a
do you
feeling
call that?
if we don't take this thing down, I'm not getting my name back. And no.
There's not a promise that you get your name back if it dies.
But it's worth trying.
I mean, it don't stop if it doesn't. No guarantee it stops if it don't. If it don't die, I mean.
Harlow, I'm fond of you, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. Whose side are you on?
This thing opened the door, said we are important for some reason, then said that we have something that it wants and that it will leave if we ask.
I'll,
The intention to exterminate it is malicious and does not make you better than it.
That's nice. It's also not an answer to my question.
I
it's
want to
also
know what it
short-sighted.
is. I want to know what it is before I know whether or not it should be killed.
what it is killing our friend. That's what it is right now.
I think it's also a little short-sighted. If we say, okay, yes, please leave, then it just goes and does this somewhere else. And as a reminder, this is an involuntary process. It's going to build its ranks and its power until we don't have a chance to stop it.
Harlow, real quick, roll me a sharp roll. Okay. Continue.
Okay. Listen, this thing doesn't see me, so I can do whatever the fuck that I want. You guys have a duel.
And what is it you will do, sorcerer?
Watch and learn.
You'll sit and watch if it cuts one of us down.
If you are dumb enough to walk up to a 9-foot thing of iron and glass and say, I think I can take you, then there's only so much I could do to save you in the first place.
I always find the empathy of humans so fascinating. This is a life stealer, a name taker, a soul thief, and you would still look for a way to have peace when it would devour you. It is fascinating.
Max, I sent you a private message real quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to process it.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd love to go and talk to that thing. I actually have questions. If there's any curiosity before high noon, someone is welcome to come and come and interpret for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go make myself known.
Yeah, that might not go well. I mean, I'll go with you. Make sure, and I can speak for you, so it doesn't have to know you're there. Because that just seems. Well, I mean, like I said, it just might not go well. It doesn't know you're here, and it got real spooked when it bumped into you. So
You're
Yeah, clip
not
me good.
you're not interested in sticking around and meeting its boss?
I think if the Lady of the Lake appears, I'm going to be compelled to witness. In the meantime, I'm really want to go meet Arthur Pendragon.
all right, I'll go talk for you.
Before you go, may I aid you?
Lay it on me, brother.
I step up to you and remove my helm. I place a hand onto your chest and I say to you, Hecate, protect this threshold. And I'm going to try to heal you.
Yay.
Amaros, as you do, roll me another one of those sharp rolls
Sure.
as you make contact.
Sharp. A 5.
Whoa.
You still don't know shit.
Okay.
Blank, no experience, but also nothing learned.
Okay, very good.
I love that that past Amaros is just smooth. Just smooth
Yeah,
brain.
look, yeah.
Creature of will and power.
Ooh.
Okay.
That I do get XP for.
Ouch.
That what I do.
God, it's like fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
Let me help you. Punches you in the chest.
I think there's like right there's like a
just like her.
Amaros, real quick, you rolled badly on your sharp, so you don't. But as you touch this magi, right, and try to enact your healing, there is a brief tremor that, like, a kind of it's almost like a physical reaction of horror to that moment of physical contact as you reel your hand back and realize something is deeply wrong with you don't know what, you don't know how, you don't know what that means, but in the moment of physical contact when you tried to heal, right? It didn't work because something on an instinctual level kicked back at you.
Yeah, I was having the same kind of thoughts. I think there's like I take a step back and you can see Almers's stance like tenses, as in like ready to spring into action. He looks at you, Harlow, and you hear in your mind, it has already affected you.
Not this one. I'll send you another wink.
I apologize. I am unable to aid you. You will be on your own.
I get you. I'll put up my arm for Cam.
Yeah.
Careful, I have like 6 bruised ribs.
Oh, I think I got like some painkillers and an ice pack. Hold on. Let me-
Some adrenaline.
Anything, please.
It ain't magic, but it might
I'm
help.
just gonna be like, bend over. I got a steroid shot that might
At
help.
this point, magic has not done enough to aid me in healing ever.
Fuck yeah.
That's 2.
Woohoo!
You are stabilized and healed of 2. What did I roll? I rolled
Riding
another
high
one. Jeez.
on a bit of cortisol and some fucking like horse level like ibuprofen.
Sweet. Now I'm only down to 6.
Yeah, the wounds didn't go away. They just resolved for the moment. uh,
Oh man, I'm out of aspirin. I do got some Banamine. I mean,
Fuck me up, Doc.
I don't strictly have a medical license.
Neither do I, but I've been pulling it off so far. Let's go. The first question ask Cam to translate is where do they come from? Where have they come from?
The first what?
The first question I want to ask is where does the king come from?
Okay, so real quick, are you going off to try to get to the king, or are you staying to wait for the lady?
I want to pursue this person as she has been insulted in her own home, and I would like to try to talk to
right.
her.
So you're using a read a bad situation to tail her
Yeah.
to figure out. Okay. So to be clear, it's split wise. It's Deb, Amoros, and Awkward staying in the room.
No, I actually wanted to go with them to talk.
So it's Deb and Amoros waiting to talk to the lady. Right?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
Okay. All the other 3. Okay. So Harlow, you with your read a bad situation can track the king down. I think we'll get to that in a moment as the 3 of you go walking off. The other 2 of you, as you're sitting in the room, it's hard to tell how long after the other 3 are gone. You have a moment where the 2 of you can speak between the 2 of you alone, if you'd like to. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just look, Amaros, I know you're having a bit of a day as well, but I just want to let you know that that's not Harlow. Not really. Real Harlow wouldn't side with that thing over their friends.
There is they carry something. They are connected to something. Or maybe they are the thing.
Well, no 2 better people to be with, if that is the case. Cam and they'll look after Arlo.
I hope so. I did not wish to muddy the waters, but they made a good point. I did not agree with it, but There was wisdom in their words.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It's just we're, in my experience, this is the type of situation where you back your friends play. And it seemed pretty clear that most of us are real concerned about man, getting the little guy's name back. So, and I know that if Arlo was thinking clearly, he'd want the same thing. That, or I have misjudged someone like I have not in a very long time. How bad do you think it's going to go when we meet the Lady of the Lake?
Hard to say. She has power to create a realm, power to give to another. The king is formidable. There is a chance that we do not leave this place.
Oh, I think that's right. It's another reason I'm glad those three left the room.
As you finish those words, the room grows colder. The sconces on the wall flicker for a moment. It sitting in it first is over large and then is regular size. You see a woman appear. By contrast to the grandeur of the king, this is probably mid 40s, dressed in a kind of plain cloth that looks like it might be partially sackcloth or something like, more rough spun. Um, there isn't a lot of ostentation to this figure. She is of normal size, only probably 5'8" or 5'9". As she sits there, the only thing that is different about her is her eyes are a bright bluish green, and her hands are folded in her lap as she says, I did not want to eavesdrop, but you asked to speak with me?
Oh, well, yes, finally. Somebody is clearly in charge.
Indeed.
It's nice to meet you face to face. You're quite lucky we're here. You've got yourself a big problem.
It would seem maybe that you are right. I have poked a hornet's nest I had not anticipated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hornet's nest. Maybe we're talking about different things. What are you talking about?
Well, you and your people have come to stop me. Quite successfully so far, I might add.
Well, we have, but that's really ancillary to the real problem you've got. The real problem you've got is your chosen king doesn't agree with your opinions or decisions. And
There is a
where
soft smile.
Where I come from, chain of command is pretty important.
It is right and good that Artoria should have differing opinions than I. She serves me only until she is complete. Then I will serve her. If she were not a kinder and more just ruler than I, well, it would serve me better to just rule myself, wouldn't it?
And that is not your intention. Your intention is to help her accumulate more and more power until she is ready to lead.
Intentions are. I think your companion here is better shaped to understand that intention does not factor sometimes. I am what I am and do as I do. I bestow. In some stories, it is a sword, and indeed for Maribeth, well, Artoria, it was a sword. That is the anchor that made her understand. But in all of those stories, to make a figure as grand as that, she trails off for a moment, says, "You have to have somebody like me who begins it, don't you?"
Where did you begin?
I am not sure. I have always been, insofar as I know. When the first legends were spoken or the first stories told, the first thing that alighted on this concept, maybe, that is where I am.
How is it you would complete them?
It is hard to say. It. I know that I have tried to make a king before, but this this I that I am only knows about my king. And so I try to give her names. With enough names, I think she will become what she needs to be.
And if she fails to become what she needs to be, what then happens to you?
I don't know. It may be that I will cease to be, or that I will cease to be until another I begins the quest. Another name calls for more, and I answer again. I hope.
Now, I understand that you, by nature of your existence, you bestow.
Indeed.
When you bestowed the sword upon Meredith, did
Maribeth.
Maribeth, did you go searching for her, or did she come searching for you?
I do not know, actually. I suspect she must have searched for me, for that is where I began.
And without the sword, what is she?
Without the sword, I am. Well, the sword is. It. It is a sword, but it is more. It is. She is the accumulation of all of the names that have offered themselves, the sacrifices. I suspect she would cease to be.
And the names she has taken, is there no way to restore those people?
She smiles. There's not. This is the probably the first time where the smile doesn't seem to. There doesn't seem to be a real human behind that smile. It's not malice. It's just alien for a moment, as she says, "I don't think so. It is an
And
unfortunate reality that when I sang my song and some listened, those who listened further offered freely what was given, and now it is gone."
and what of those individuals who name is not completely gone, but are in the process of handing that name over? Is there no way for them to get their names back?
If they choose not to answer my call, then when we move from this place, I think the names will return unto them. But I don't know. It has never happened before. I assume you speak of your companion, yes? The one
Well,
who has listened to my song the most, I should say.
well, yes, but I presume it's not just for him. I'm sure there are others in a similar
No.
state.
The others, well, suffice to say you have ruined this crop already. The remaining 6 will not return to themselves, but they very likely will not be able to complete the full requirement. Their corporeal state may be unchanged, but the name was already given. Or at least for 11 of them. That last one is yet new.
This king you're making.
Yes,
This place, is it representative of them, or is this your creation?
I am not sure. This place exists. It is a requirement. So it is here.
I've crossed through many doors and walked many lands. This place is wrong. Do you see that?
The brow furrows in genuine confusion. This place, it is. What is right or wrong about it precisely?
You need names, you need humans. This place is not a place for them. There is no hope here.
True, perhaps, that there is no hope here, but that is the goal of the. That is the end of this story. Sometimes it is called Camelot. The king reigns and brings in peace and prosperity and hope.
And this king that you're creating shall bring that to all the humans
That is
once they're
my hope.
finished.
Yes,
And
that is. Hope is wrong. That is. That will be, yes.
what if the humans don't wish to be ruled?
Hmm. That will be an interesting turn to the story, I suppose. But I suspect she will be undeniable.
Hmm.
The heroes often are they not?
I've found that the heroes tend to be inspiring. This place does not inspire me. Yet are you inspired by it?
No, most certainly not. Not by the cuisine, and certainly not by the company.
There is a frown and a furrow of the brow. That is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that.
Perhaps the story is wrong.
She holds up a hand and shakes her head and says, You use this term wrong, implying that there is any other way that it could be. This is the way the story is told.
There are many fates for the world, and I feel there is a change to come.
Perhaps that is true, and you speak of the mantle of the king.
No, that doesn't quite feel right.
She nods. She slowly gets to her feet and like moves in that manner of like kind of like the knees popping as she kind of like sembles for a second and
Girl, I
says,
know.
she smiles and says, honestly, it is easier sometimes to be a creature of water, but Maribeth has fixated upon this, and so that is what I am. But enough of. I appreciate the civility of the conversation, and I understand that this will almost certainly end in, well, the end of one of us, I suppose. The end of my story or yours. But might I ask that you leave?
Leave and let this continue.
Elsewhere, yes. This crop is done. It will not. There's no
Call
use
them
in
crops one more time.
the head cocks in like a mimicry of confusion.
You see? defiance.
It is good, I think. It adds a richness to the story. Opposition.
Then I hope we tell a grand tale with a satisfying end.
I suspect we shall. Child of her head cocks. Magic, I suppose? Yes, that will do. Oh,
I will not leave, for you have taken too much.
it will be a contest then. Though I would not be a proper Merlin, I suppose, if I did not engage in some court politicking. So I will say then that consider further why it is you are traveling with a a nameless one and what that might mean. She walks towards the door. As she does, the uh basically, like, as she's reaching the threshold, you see like her corporeal form sort of beginning to dissipate, and by the time she reaches the door, a puddle of water, just like in the shape of what was once a person, just splashes to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I turn to Amaros and just say, "Well, we should probably get to the others."
Speaking of the others, uh we smash to, while that conversation is happening, Harlow, you are, as you're walking forward, you are actually manifesting pathways through this place in front of you. Like, you're rounding the corner, reaching a dead end, sort of exerting your will and leaning in, right?
Yeah.
uh and the two are with you, and your travels eventually take you out into a courtyard. And in the center of the courtyard, you see the figure of Artoria standing resolute with the sword held at rest in between her legs. Her face is towards the sky. And it's weird because as you regard the figure, suddenly it begins to rain.
Yeah.
As the rain, like, taps on it's a very strange sound, right? Because it's rain on a window, but it's coming from a person.
Hmm.
uh and yeah, she is resolute in stillness in the center of this. It's clearly like a courtyard for fighting, right? There are some training dummies over in one corner. There is sand underneath your feet.
Ask her where she comes from.
Your Majesty, I got some more questions that needed to be asked. Apparently, just wondering, where is it that you actually came from before you were here?
uh there is no movement to suggest there is even like a person within this suit of armor, and yet a voice rings out, uh, and it says, "I don't recall."
Do Do you know who you were?
I was a person. My name was Maribeth, I believe. Pendle.
Is she alone here?
Are you alone here? I mean, other than your boss.
My boss is speaking with your friends at this moment, but I am not alone in the sense that I think you mean it. A king is never alone.
The
And
other knights, are they given names like you were?
I'll just translate that
Yeah.
directly.
No, the knights you have seen here are an unfortunate reality of your intrusion. They are a defensive measure against you. But the duty of a king is to lead before all others, to carry the weight of all of the names on one's shoulder. That is what nobility is.
Tell her that this king was the king of a round table and was master of none.
Again, Cam will directly translate that one.
The head cocks for the first time. I believe I have heard those stories, yes. Maybe in time. I thought perhaps maybe it would be some of you. But I think not.
That does
What
seem
is she?
unlikely at this point.
What does she see as her kingdom? What is that future?
For this moment, it is this place, the lake, I suppose, is my current kingdom. But in time, I would take responsibility for this world.
Correct me if I am misremembering. There is not actually a lake in the physical
Correct.
world
There
in
is
this
not.
area. Okay.
Just the
wanted
pond.
to confirm.
Yeah, there's a fucking random little pond, but yeah, there is no lake.
There's no lake. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why does this
I-
kingdom grow into our world?
I reached for an Excalibur because I found my life meager. I could not help. And so I was in my dreams I found her, the Lady of the Lake, and she bestowed upon me a name and all of the names that would follow. And that story ends with a king.
And when you say all the names that would follow, you're talking about the names of other folk that were either
The
given or
36 thus
taken
far, yes.
for you.
Give them back.
Is it possible for them to be given back?
No.
Those people are just gone forever. No one will
They
ever remember, no one will ever speak their names again. Right?
It is sad but true, yes. They sacrificed all for the dream of a king, of someone like me. That is part of what the mantle of king means. The nobility I spoke of.
Mm-mm.
Have
Tell
you
her to
come
say them out loud.
Do you still remember those names, or are they lost to you as well?
I am not the keeper of those names. The lady is.
So you can't say them, even if you wanted to.
She shakes her head. Have you come to fight me then? I thought you would wait for the champion of the magic goddess.
No, I'm just here asking questions.
And what of you, little one? Head cocks towards Awkward.
Oh, my name back. But it seems you're not the person I should be talking to.
No.
So this power to become king of all the world, that's not really yours, right? You've reached by which I mean you reached to, you said for an Excalibur, but I assume that's coming from the you said the lady in the lake.
Yes.
So you'll become king, but he is the one that has the power to do that for you, or to take that away from you, right?
Until such a time as I am strong enough to remove her, yes.
So why would she help you if you are to remove her?
She says, and we agree, that that is how the story goes.
Right, right, right. And why is how the story goes such a big deal for the two of you?
I understand why you ask the question, but I do not know how to answer. The story is told, and it is what it is.
Does she know the ending?
I think that my ending will be to be king,
But
but
that's not the end of the story.
she physically shrugs and says, "It is true. I suppose that the story will not end when I am king. There will be difficulties, and it is a life of hardship and service I volunteer for. But that will be when the next story begins, I suppose."
But only if enough names are taken for you to become king. Not
Your presence here is proof enough of that, I think. Were I complete, was the story ended, you would have answered my request. You would have joined me. But you did not, and so the story seems to be more complicated than we thought.
well, some folk have bigger dreams than being being things made out of stained glass, I suppose. Do you remember your name, and I think you said you don't quite remember where you were from before you were here at the lake, right? Do I remember that right?
That is true to some degree, though I think this is the end of questioning. We have
Right.
gone past curiosity and into seeking advantage, I think.
No. I promise. My next question has nothing to do with seeking advantage. I'm not looking to
Very well then.
duel you the way my friend is. I'm just
one more and done. I find myself growing restless and annoyed for the first time in some time.
yeah, I have that effect on people. I guess my only last question is, I mean, you said your name was Mary Beth, and you're from some other place. You're not from here, and you came here because you couldn't find a way to help, and you think that this will do that for you. I guess my only question is, I'm. I guess my question is, who's missing Maribeth? I mean, all them folks out there, no one's gonna miss them because they didn't remember their names, and you don't know their names, but you know your name, which means your name ain't lost like everybody else. You had to have a family at some point. You had to, when you were Maribeth. Who's missing Maribeth?
The stillness is all but gone as the head swivels to look at you and the fist clenches around the sword. Uh, she seems to gather herself for a moment, regain composure, and says, "You have struck true, knight with knight with no true order. You have drawn blood there, and you may take it fairly. But I am done with your questions until the contest is resolved." She turns her back to
okay.
you and resumes the like sort of statue position she was in, face towards the raining sky. She says, both to herself and kind of to nothing, "It won't be long now." Anything from the three of you over here as she has turned her back to you? She is probably about 25 feet away in the center of this courtyard. Whereas if you want to stay out of the rain, you kind of have to stay in some of the covered bits around the perimeter of it.
Is there anything else in this courtyard?
Some training dummies, but other than that, no. It
Gotcha.
is about 6 pillars, 3 on each side, holding up a roof that goes kind of around, but otherwise it is in the center is a sanded courtyard open to the sky.
And were any of the knights here?
No.
Okay. I think I'll head back in.
Yeah, as you do, I think so. Deb and Amaros, you start heading towards, like you leave the study that you were sitting in, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So Cam and Awkward, you see the two of them walk around the corner. From your perspective, the two of you who were in the room, Deb and Amaros, you walk out, turn to your left, and suddenly you're walking through into a courtyard. Awkward and Cam, you see them round the corner. Harlow, they basically apparate in front of you, right? You don't see the loading animation that got them here. You don't see the artifice, right? They're just suddenly here in front of you.
Hmm. Could I, real quick? I've got whenever I see a new type of creature, I can ask and investigate a mystery question. I know it's been a bit, but
Yeah.
can I?
So you
Okay.
want to do it about the knight, or
Ye-
not the knight, the king.
The king. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is both a person and many people. It is
Mhm.
also an unnatural phenomenon, and it is also a creature. I say it is an unnatural phenomenon because it is an active working, right? It is
Right.
a living spell, or a living phenomenon, but it is also a creature in itself, and also many people.
Yeah.
I know, could not be
What
more
does?
clear.
No, that makes complete sense.
Yeah,
Remember, I
I
made
know. I
a
know.
Lich King thing. Yeah, you're good.
Uh-huh.
I get it. But I get an investigate the mystery question.
Yep.
And so I think I want to ask, what can it do?
What it can do, at least as far as magically, is there is probably an ability to compel, but to a lesser degree than the lady, and in a different flavor. It hasn't
Okay.
been exerted,
Mm-hmm.
but there's enough weight of names that her presence exerts control over reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in a test of will, if she chooses to pit her will actively against somebody, what else is compulsion, right? But that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, tremendous violence. She is a 9 foot tall,
Right.
armored soldier with an enormous sword of glass. So, but magically, it's the compulsion. There's definitely an ability to compel here.
Okay.
It is probably, I think, to your eye, a lot less insidious than the Siren Song. A
Uh-huh.
lot less soft and inviting and duplicitous. There is a feeling of honesty to it that is not present in the machinations of the lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different.
Awesome.
Okay.
Anyway, I run headfirst into Deb.
Yeah, you walk forward into Deb walking the corner. Actually, for your perspective, you run into a suddenly apparating Deb, whereas the two of them watch you walk, eyes open, directly into Deb, seemingly seeing Deb and choosing to walk into Deb anyway.
This Harlow's a real
Hi.
piece of work.
So
All
what'd you
right.
learn?
Um, Learned that she is herself an enchantress. She also, we really should be super super careful of the immense violence. She drew Excalibur to remake the world, and she believes that the story that she is in is the one it's going to be, even though she understands that it's not correct. So, now that we have good information, we can also point to the fact that the Lady of the Lake is the real problem and not her.
Yeah, her name is Mary Beth, but she is the one that reached out to the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah. But the witch, the problem is the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, although apparently at some point Mary Beth is supposed to be able to take control of the Lady of the Lake, so that's a little weird, but didn't
Right.
really
But
have anything
doesn't
for that
but
one.
doesn't that make killing the thing at the source and the thing that's going to become the most important, most dangerous thing, that's the most effective way to handle this?
If she can be killed, that I'm not certain.
Yeah, she said you all were meeting the Lady of the Lake. How'd that go?
I look at Deb. It was interesting. She does plan on further empowering this king so much to the point that she will cease to be in control and will allow the king rule to rule her. Maybe she is absorbed into the king in some way. But she will cease to be in charge, and only the king will be left. The king wishes to rule your world.
Yeah, not the first time DFA's run into that kind of thing. I doubt it'll be the last either, but it is the current, so there's that. I say assuming Deb translates for Omaro, since I just remembered
course,
I
of
can't
course.
understand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look,
Go on.
I was just gonna say, I get how Maribeth got to this situation. Feeling helpless ain't good for nobody. Can't say as I see the correct solution reaching out to a mythical being and becoming king and taking over the world as the solution, as a proper solution, no how. But I mean, I can see how a person gets here, but I think we can all agree that ain't no way the story actually ends like that. I mean, I know they're obsessed with, oh, that's how the story ends, or that's not how the story ends, or we'll see how the story goes. I mean,
Well,
let's be real.
if
It's never how the story ends.
if they're obsessed with the story and how the story's supposed to end, what can we do within that context to alter the story?
Ed knows the answer to this question, but Cam does not, because Cam is -1 smarts.
Ain't that just the way?
I did ask about, what could how we could even be involved to maybe course correct the story. She did say that becoming her knights was a thought of hers, but I do not think that the situation and where she is stable enough for even our. I'm not going to say we're stable, period. So I don't think that we can help in that capacity. I don't think we can make this story right. I think if the story is going to exist, it has to start over. And I don't think that that's right either.
Well,
Even if we
according to the
could become her
story,
knights, I ain't turning into one of those things.
according to the story, what gives her power?
The Lady of the Lake, the sword.
Well, given those two things, I think we got a better shot at getting our hands on that sword than we do taking care of the Lady of the Lake.
I almost walked up and grabbed it from her earlier because she was just sitting with it not in her hands and she would not have seen it. But I figured that would be a rough move with Omeros nowhere to be found. But that is still an option.
Yeah, I don't really know. It just seems we've got to both Maribeth and the Lady of the Lake are obsessed with this story and seeing this story to its end, whatever that end may be. And so if we can, it feels like if we can find some way to play by the story's rules to end this damage, then that I don't know. That seems like our best play. And I mean, this isn't some do-gooder, save the town or the world, or this is personal. We've got to do it for man, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I mean, I know,
Uh,
right? He's standing right there.
Yeah, Harlow.
for people we care about. And I'm looking at Awkward. So, I don't. Well, I mean, you spoke with the king. Is there any indication that he'd stop if the Lady of the Lake were gone?
I don't know that he could continue to grow in power if the source of it is gone. If under there is just mortals, if the fountain is blocked, the source of magic is stopped. At least
Yeah.
for me, it doesn't work anymore.
But does that undo the power the king already has? I mean, cutting off the source is great. Yeah. I'm not arguing that. I just mean, is it?
Well, the king said that the Lady of the Lake is the one who has the names. She is the one with the power.
What? Didn't the
Well,
king also say it was the king's song that everyone was hearing? I mean, if the
Her
king's
song is not as strong as the lady's.
not as
Again, it's
strong, don't mean that it ain't gonna pull somebody else's name, like our good friend here, and I'll wrap her arm around Awkward. Totally remember your name.
I'm the
I
the
know who you
king
are.
said that the Lady of the Lake is the one who has the names and says that that is where her power comes from, and she called forth Excalibur. As far as rituals go, that sounds like that it demonology,
It tracks. I would also mention that for myself, were Hecate to cease to exist, so would I. But again, I wouldn't know how to kill the lady any more than I would know how to kill my own goddess. I do have a thought. This king, regardless of their disposition, or they seem to have an idea of honor. I suggest making a wager. I will offer my name if I lose. But if I win, then the lady gives up the power to the king, gives back the names, restores what was taken. Perhaps they start again somewhere, but they already have before. Like I said, I don't know that we can stop them entirely, but we could rewrite the ending.
I might be able to find out, but it would mean exposing Harlow.
Ew.
I meant to the king. It would mean that they'd have to know you were here. I don't know if that would mean that they could suddenly see you, but they would at least know, and that's pretty dangerous in its own right, I think.
I think with that knowledge comes everything along with it.
That I don't know.
How would we utilize this, though? I do not wish any of you to be in danger, but
It's a little late for that. We are all in an alternate realm with a pair of very powerful beings who have already shown that they can take away everything that we are, even if it does go slowly.
then perhaps we must risk. A story has to have stakes. What are the characters fighting for? They don't know you're here. Not truly. How can we use that to change things, disrupt things?
Well, if I can see the Lady of the Lake, then there's a chance that I can learn more about her. And then that information could get us a little bit closer to undoing some of this name magic without having to kill her. And the only reason I say that is not because I don't kill it, is more because if our only solution is to kill them or flee, we're stuck in a life or death situation, I really do kind of worry about our odds. Rob ran under the van twice today. I want to be sure that we understand that these things believe themselves to be gods.
Your friend was run over by the large metal chariot?
Yeah, twice. You were there.
Of that I have no memory. But that does not sound pleasant. That thing is large.
Here, look, I took a photo of the bruises. I pull out my phone.
I am you've just done magic.
Yeah, that is some high fucking sorcery there.
This what are you?
I wink.
Into that moment of silence, a voice rings out over the courtyard as the helmeted head turns to regard the group of you. She calls out, "Is it to be one at a time? Or are you all going to come at me at once?" And with that, we will end this session.